I want to take just like a small moment in time to get you all to recognize why it's important to watch what you say before you post it online, because over these past few weeks, if not a few months now, the conversation, at least amongst the inner circle of the people, is how effective Trump has been with this militarizing Washington, D.C. And as I and many others stated, Chicago was going to be one of the places that was next. And it's looking like that's going to start happening sooner and sooner as the days go on. But you're always going to have people who contest to this idea. They feel as though this would not be anything that would substantially help the city of Chicago, while you also will have people who might come in and say, hey, maybe this will help the city of Chicago. But we're going to focus on the alternative, the people who believe that it's not going to help. And I was criticized for not having an idea in place as an alternative to having the military come in. And you know what? That's fair. But when we have someone who is a little bit rambunctious in their thought process, you tend to understand that maybe, just maybe, somebody should be thinking before they post.
Trump, do not send the National Guard to Chicago, gang. Do not, I repeat, do not do it. We are a different fucking breed out here, nigga. We are not Los Angeles.
Why are we saying we as if everyone's in on this idea? Because again, you will have some people who will say, hey, bring them in. Maybe it will work. Who knows? Let's see. And you know, I don't know why we saying we when we all ain't French.
Nigga, we are not Washington, D.C. Nigga, this is Chicago, nigga. Them niggas go fight back. I'm telling you, them niggas go fight back, gang. Whatever, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Them young niggas got switches, gang. They not going for that shit, bro.
Okay, let's think about this right now. A YN with a switch and they pants sagging so that we could see that shit stain on their drawers, versus active military members who got the funding to bring in the wrath of God just out of pure boredom. I'm thinking to myself right now, which one of these would be the more opportune if they had a shootout? I'm thinking those active military members got a stronger chance, but who knows? Maybe I don't play enough Grand Theft Auto.
I know a bunch of y'all finna say, oh, it's the National Guard. They can't do anything about it.
Yes, you know that, because you know, a YN with a switch versus the National Guard. They
must go in Chicago. Nigga, do y'all know that it's more bad people than good people, bro? There are over 100,000 gangs in Chicago by the
You're making a stronger case for them to send the National Guard
city by itself, gang.
You made such a strong case for them to bring in the National Guard with that last sentence right there. I don't think you recognize it, but that's what you did. That's what you did. You know, but this went viral. And, you know, when people say or do something stupid and they go viral, they have a choice. They could either double down, or they could admit that they were wrong, or they could try to make it as if they didn't say anything of substantial note or consequence. And that is what this man did.
Nigga, why the fuck did the media just portray me to be a gang member, bro?
Well, let me help you out. Maybe you're not a gang member. I don't know you, you don't know me. But let's work with what we know. In this video, you are someone who is loudly proclaiming the strategic efforts of the YNs. You are saying that there's 100,000 or 100 plus gangs in the city of Chicago. You are mentioning that, you know, they got people who can shoot back at these active military members. And you know what? Everything I just said doesn't necessarily label you as a gang member. It labels you as a dumbass who knows a little bit too much about that gang life, which in turn will have somebody believe that you might be affiliated or know somebody who's in tune with that gang life. Good sir, glad I could help you out just a little bit.
I said the city of Chicago is going to try to fight back the National Guard no matter what they try to do, bro. They're already putting salt trucks, bro, downtown. They trying to block out and trying to make a wall.
That's not what you said. You brought up gang members specifically. You didn't bring up the mayor. You didn't bring up any of the politicians who are trying to speak out against this and talking about how bad it is and the efforts that they're doing. You specifically brought up gangs. And I don't think that those YNs have access to cars that could block off routes from the military. Just a hypothesis, but who knows?
Nigga, this internet shit is so crazy, bro. Y'all label me a gang member and don't even know fucking nothing about me. Bro, niggas in Chicago young and dumb, bro. You think they don't give a fuck about the National Guard? And I keep trying to tell y'all that. They don't care, bro. They go try to do some stupid shit or do some dumb shit and they go get fucked up. Simple.
Well, you didn't illustrate that in this. You did not illustrate that in this at all, good sir.
What is that? And I keep trying to tell y'all, bro, yeah, they go get fucked up. Yeah, they probably go get shot and get killed. But they are going to try to do something stupid enough, bro, to make headlines, bro. They don't care, bro. They don't even care about doing mass shootings, bro. What makes you think they care about the National Guard? And y'all portraying me to be a gang member, bro, and y'all don't know shit about me, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Well, good sir. I'm gonna sit here and be charitable. Maybe you're not a gang member. Maybe you're not affiliated with a lot of mob ties in the city of Chicago. But the fact that you were dumb enough to say, hey, don't send them here because we got these YNs, these fresh out the mud 20-year-olds and teenagers who will be dumb enough to get themselves killed and arrested and then be nothing more than a statistic that'll be used by Trump, by conservatives, by those evil racist white people y'all hate so much as a means to say, look at why we're coming in to clean up Chicago. So I'm going to say it for like the 7th time. Come up with a new idea on how to combat this, because actively hoping that other people are going to risk their lives and their freedom so that you could feel safe enough to make a TikTok about it is the dumbest thing under the sun. Hoping that you could rely on YNs with a switch and thinking that that's going to be a lucrative way to go about it is not the smartest thing under the sun. Well, what is the better way, Leon? Again, I'm comfortable enough to tell all of you I have no idea. I don't know. And me saying I don't know and trying to brainstorm something and then coming back later and maybe giving you something is 10,000 times more better than whatever the fuck that was, because that is borderline stew fucking pitity.